I just wanted to outreach to check on you regarding the recent meeting. Please give me a call back when time permits. Thank you. Yeah, that's the hand sanitizer that you're playing with. Stop playing with that, please. Mommy's gonna go and call. Hey y'all, the day is pretty much almost over. It's 3:36. I just wanted to take a little break to update y'all on how the week went, because I don't think I did. The day just escaped me, honestly, you guys. I got so busy working, and then I ended up stopping by the home health agency office to turn in the paperwork for all the visits that I did in September and October. So I did that, got my check, and I'm back home now trying to finish up the rest of the day. Today wasn't too bad of a day. The alerts are coming in, but they're not a lot. Compared to last week, this week was great, actually. I had the most productive week ever. Yesterday and the day before yesterday, my manager actually arranged for someone to cover my alerts for the whole day. So Wednesday, I worked on just doing a bunch of calls. Like, I was calling out my patients for the month, completing those monitoring calls. And then Thursday, I focused on charting all day for the entirety of my shift and got so much work done, you guys. Last week, during one of our meetings, our manager hopped into our call. She basically went over all of our metrics and saw that there are a few nurses within the company who get a surplus amount of alerts monthly. On average, a nurse would get like 300 alerts a month, and some of us are at 300 on week 1 of the month. So she basically looked over our metrics, and it was myself, 2 other nurses in my pod, and then of course other nurses in other pods who were at that surplus. So with those of us who have a huge amount of alerts, she went ahead and scheduled in coverage for us to just be able to catch up on work and focus on other things than triaging alerts. So that is why on Wednesday and Thursday, I was able to fully give my undivided attention to other areas of my workflow, and that helped so much. I even told my supervisor the other day on one of our meetings, I said, this should happen more often, because it's a lot, you guys. Like, managing 300 patients, especially if a lot of them are unstable, it's very easy for you to get caught up during an entire workday just triaging calls and not getting a chance to do other things that need to be done. So I really appreciate this, but she did also let us know that because the holidays are coming, coverage is going to be short. So we just kind of talked about how the end of the year is going to affect us or potentially be a little bit different when it comes to like getting a helping hand. So, but you know, as I always say, I appreciate the help whenever it's there, because you know, as much as like I hate to need help, I appreciate the help when it's there, because baby, managing 300 patients is no easy feat. It's not easy. I love my job. I love what I do. I love the company that I work for. I love the support that I get from the team, but it takes a little while. It takes a little while to actually get a routine going. And needless to say, not every day is the same, because one day you might get caught up just triaging alerts. Other days you're caught up doing chart reviews, and then also, you know, outreaching patients. It's just different, but it's still nice to work on getting somewhat of a routine going, despite the fact that every day could not be the same. This time last year, it was in December of last year that I finally had my own patient load. I was given 65 patients to monitor on my own in December, like mid-December. Y'all, I remember being so nervous, like just feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be on my own. You know, how am I gonna triage all these patients on my own? Am I gonna do the right thing? It took a lot. Like I remember just feeling like that imposter syndrome, like, did I give enough patient education? Did I triage this patient correctly? Like, should I call this patient? But like all of these things for 65 patients. And now I'm at 300. It's not the same kind of stress. It's a different kind of stress. Now it's like, okay, how do I manage my time to where I'm focusing my attention on non-compliant patients? I'm focusing on patients who are unstable. How do I, you know, focus on them and see what is working and what's not working in terms of lifestyle, medication reviews? You know, how do I also focus on other metrics like monitoring calls and charting time and all of these things, callbacks. I also have to write these reports for every 2 weeks when a patient is continuously out of range. So like, it's a lot more, it's just a lot more to manage. I'm glad that I give myself grace when I had 65 patients, because with 300 patients right now, it's like every day sometimes feel like you're on survival mode. But you know, the most important thing is that I'm trying my best to you know, to nurse these patients, where I'm actually doing what needs to be done for those who are continuously unstable. It's been a little bit over a year now since I, you know, been with this company, and I'm really happy. I'm so happy with this company, and you know, I'm really blessed to be part of this team. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the continued growth. I'm looking forward to just learning new ways to manage my patient load and my time as well. Some of my coworkers and I were talking about it, like working from home. Not only do you have like the things going on at home, the home stuff, but you also have work. I do have a designated office space, which I, you know, use it to my advantage whenever I can, but I also have a toddler that stays at home with me, and just juggling that can be an added challenge. But sometimes it takes me working after hours to get the job done. Guys, but last week during one of our calls, our manager was just kind of going over how the end of the month is gonna go for the whole company because the holidays are coming. And then we also talked about what productivity was going to look like, you know, especially while we're approaching the end of the year, and just making sure that we're still meeting our goals, despite the fact that we're we're not going to have a lot of coverage towards the end of the month. And she mentioned that in the chronic disease management industry, you know, she appreciates the fact that our company does not micromanage. Like, they don't do any like keyboard tap, no micromanaging at all. We don't get micromanaged here. And she mentioned that she's heard some stories about other companies who are in the same industry that do micromanage, and I agreed to that. I applied for a position like this. Before I landed an interview with this company, I interviewed with another company that did somewhat of the same thing in the same industry. And during the interview, my interviewer was like, "Oh, how do you feel about being micromanaged?" No, what you mean, how do I feel about being micromanaged? I'm an adult. Why do I need to be micromanaged? That just makes me grateful. I'm actually grateful I didn't land a position with that company. I probably wouldn't be there for long. I've heard some things. I have a friend who also works from home, and she applied for a position and got it. And during her first week of training, her trainer was like, "Yeah, I don't even leave my desk. Like, I'm working constantly all the time." And he has to leave a snack basket outside of his door for his daughter, who's also at home, because he can't leave his seat. Even to go to the bathroom, he has to announce it to his manager and let someone know that he's going to the bathroom. And I was like, no, that is crazy. Okay, we're all adults here. We are trading our time and nursing expertise in exchange for money. Why do we need to be micromanaged for doing our job? But micromanaging to where you're like looking out for key taps and, you know, mouse movements, that's crazy. But anyways, our manager was kind of saying how she hopes that we don't get there, you know, as long as we're all doing what we're supposed to do, meeting our metrics and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off my work day, probably here on this island, on this kitchen island, because my daughter's kind of hanging around. I'm waiting for her to finish eating, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish my work day here.